Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the next episode of Thrive Talk. And we're talking more about social media today, and we feel that it's very important. And our guest today is Justin from Smart Marketing. Justin, welcome, and if you can just, take it away and just tell the people who you are and why you're here.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Philly, for the introduction. My name is Justin Vickers. I'm co-founder and CEO of Smart Marketing. We're an audience strategy-based company dealing with social media and helping entrepreneurs take their business to Facebook. So it's an absolute pleasure here, and I'm so looking forward to working with Thrive.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're trying to make people understand that social media is important, and there's a lot of people are using Facebook, for instance, but when they transition from using it as a personal page to going over to business, that's where the big gap comes in.
Yeah, I've seen
and that's where people lose out.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of companies actually get themselves into, or a lot of people get themselves into hot water because they still believe that Facebook personal pages, they can operate a business page. And what I find is Facebook's given us, as a community, as entrepreneurs, business owners, it's given us a mass amount of power with them opening up their public profiles, their businesses, their community pages, which are all driven for entrepreneurial causes. And if they just understood that, don't sell your business on your personal page. Facebook has given you the platform to build a business with inside their 2 billion people, as you were saying a little bit earlier on. And a lot of businesses are falling short because they can't understand why they're not getting the reach, why they're getting themselves into hot water. It's purely because they haven't made the transition to follow over. It's kind of simple. If you look at your timeline at the bottom, create a page, it will bring up your categories, and it's a very, very simple step. So yeah, Facebook is extremely powerful in that sense of being able to take an entrepreneur and put him out into a web space.
What amazes me, and from my own experience, having done other businesses as well, where you start from your personal page, and then you create other pages, and there's a whole array of options you can choose from, different functionalities, different attributes, and just the scale at which this is taking place, because just recently Facebook has hit the 2 billion people audience, and that's massive. I mean, if you take it, the world's population, we've got 7 billion people in the world, and all of them have gathered at this one waterhole called Facebook. We've got 2 billion people in attendance.
No, I mean, that's a global audience. But
Exactly.
if you just want to bring it back home, I know you guys have a massive global audience, but just to bring it back to, as in terms of a reality of what South Africa is capable of, we've got roughly over 27% of South African population, that's around about 27 million people, logging into Facebook on an average of 4 hours a day. So I mean, you're getting a lot of eyes. It's not 4 hours consecutive, but it's 4 hours over the entire day that they're actually logging into Facebook and using the power of that platform, which is mass amount of coverage for any business. If you think about it, if you could have 27,000 people all having a look at your page, 27 million people all having a look at your page in a space of 4 hours a day, that's a lot of TV coverage or media coverage if you were to look at it that way. I mean, the fact that Facebook is doing extremely well with their live streaming, it's given entrepreneurs and startups a massive amount of leeway. They've almost leveled the playing field between startup and corporate, because if you were a corporate, you could go and get a TV production done and you can go and have it all produced. Facebook has eliminated and said, entrepreneurs, we want to give you the step up as well. Here is a platform for you to broadcast your message out to your community. Now, a couple of things I've seen that happen with that is a lot of people go out from a point of selling on Facebook. And selling on Facebook doesn't work. Traditional marketing does not work on social media. Whether you're using Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, it doesn't work. You've got to have an understanding of telling your audience a story. What is your why? Why are you doing what you do? Why are you promoting your product, and how can your product help them fulfill that pain point?
And it actually comes back to what we've been seeing. If you go to YouTube, for instance, to go and watch a video, I can't wait to say skip ad.
Yes.
Because people don't want to be sold anymore.
Yeah. That's so true. I mean, the best way to market on Facebook is getting your audience to almost trip over your content, trip over your sales pitch. But it's not coming from a sales pitch, because you're talking about that story. What did you do? What was your experience in getting here? Why does your product or why does your solution provide this for your audience? And if you can relate to this, please join us here for our next episode if you want for a better play on words. And you're actually involving them in the conversation rather than selling them.
Because the thing is, people want to be educated, and they want to connect with you first before they get the feeling that you have to pay
Yes.
to get information.
Most definitely. You know, it's that whole adage that they don't want to have to spend money. They want to value first over commodities. And with a lot of entrepreneurs I deal with, I always say, forget about the money. Don't forget about it in that sense, but don't chase it. The money will come. Look at the value you're providing your audience. And a couple of simple things is using great text, storytelling, even in your videos, a bit of humor behind the solution, or what was the problem, how did you solve it, and go forward with that. If people are going to want to connect and purchase from you, they're going to get in contact with you, and they're going to say, hey Billy, fantastic show, I love what you did, how can we get involved? That is somebody that is interested in what you're doing. You're not selling them, it's not a forced buyer, they haven't felt like they've been conned into something that they really wanted. A great sales copy, and then all of a sudden I've bought something that I didn't really want. But if they've made that transition from, I like what you're saying, the lessons that you're teaching us are fantastic, or the steps that you're giving us has really helped me promote my business forward, they're able to get in contact and start that communication, start that dialogue, where you can now open up and say, if you want to learn more, join us here.
It's interesting, the whole trend, even from my own experience. About 2 years ago, I started a page dedicated to a certain theme. I invited like 40, 50 of my own friends on there, but I just constantly communicated around this one topic. So obviously you're creating almost like a tribe around that theme. And lo and behold, it was just a couple of months, I had 12,000 plus followers on that page. So from your experience, because you've been working with Facebook specifically for a while, how did you see the migration or the trends? Where did we came from, and where are we heading with Facebook these days?
Okay, you take it back. I started with Facebook in around about 2009, 2010. We started learning about it. We lost our business. I had to find a quick way to actually get myself back up and going. I went to the internet, did a lot of YouTubing, and I realized I had to look at all the different platforms, websites, Facebook, social media. What I found was that building a website took too long for an entrepreneur. It was too expensive. I mean, you had to go and do your website, your hosting, your plugins, your URLs. And by the time you got up as an entrepreneur, it never looked professional enough. And I had a look at Facebook and what social platforms had to offer. And Facebook gave us almost everything that we needed as entrepreneurs. It gave us our timeline, it gave us back office as in terms of email, events, calendars, and so forth. And by working with that way, I found that a lot of people are moving over to Facebook because it's free, first and foremost. Yes, there are applications like anything that you have to purchase to make it run smoother, it's like add-ons. But the initial cost doesn't break the bank to get started. I mean, your entry to market is way easier getting your business up and going with that. Personally, I don't think websites are going to be around for much longer as in terms of your main go-to point place. I think people are going to start seeing if my product has any validity. Does it have structure? Can it move forward? Yes, it does on Facebook. We're doing well. We built a tribe, 12,000 people. Now, 12,000 people, we put them into a group, a Facebook group, which is connected to your page, and now you have a live community. You have a community of people that are interested in what you say. They're commenting, they're giving you content, which is beautiful, because you can take that content they're creating in your tribe, and you can share it out on your page. So that refers to as user content, or user-driven content, which allows you to not have to, as an entrepreneur, think, well, what am I going to write today? What post am I going to? You start drawing on your community to actually start helping you promote your business. So you go from 12,000 to 24 in almost no time. Because people are seeing what other people are saying.
Exactly.
How do people prevent themselves? Because I've been having this conversation with a lot of people getting onto Facebook and actually ending up in Facebook jail.
Okay, nice question there. So true. I mean, the last thing you want to do is spend the last 4 months building up your personal Facebook page as a business, only to have it shut down, or to you getting yourself into a lot of hot water with Facebook. Is make it simple. They've given you 6 different categories in Facebook where you can start up your own mainline. One is your public figure, you've got corporates, you've got showcases, places, communities, and so forth, entertainment. Just pick one of those pages that have worked really well, or that are in line with what you're doing. They don't always match, but they're close enough to damage as to swearing. Go from the point of telling your story. Don't put out a post every 30 seconds that tells the same message, that carries on bombarding, because what will happen is your audience will start letting Facebook know that this content is not relevant. I mean, Facebook has really opened it up to the audience to say, they always vote on your content. So if they don't find it relevant, they can say, please hide this post, don't show me any more of this content. What Facebook's algorithm does is it starts picking that up and says, okay, your content is not valuable, your audience does not like it, so they will start reducing your organic reach, and they get to the point that say, you know what, guys, thank you so much for being on Facebook, but we really don't think we're the platform for you, and they'll close you down. So you don't want that to happen in sense of coming down to your market and saying, I've just spent all of this time. And that's where a lot of people say, well, Facebook doesn't work. It works extremely well if you play within the rules of the game. I mean, they've given us massive amount of leeway. Just stick to the rules. Don't go out and spam. Don't go and tag 500 people in a post that have no relevance to the post. If you're going to be talking to the audience, pick the right audience. Pick a couple of influencers within your market that understand what you're talking about, so they can relate to your content. It will keep you out of job.
Great. Gerrit, you have any other questions? I'm sure that your mind's going crazy.
Yes, it's running overdrive now. Now I'm just trying to understand, because I know if you look at where Thrive is coming from in terms of creating a platform to capitalize on the whole move internationally about people coming online. I mean, that the global village is just expanding.
Sure.
So we've got Thrive providing an e-commerce platform for those people. We've got Facebook, who's already got 2 billion people following there. So if I am, for instance, a small entrepreneur, I now created a range of perfumes, and I want to get into the market. From what I understand, you're saying is I don't have to start building a web page, and then me and my cousin and my auntie knows about the web page, but that's my business.
Yeah.
What is the potential that we have in terms of utilizing these platforms?
Yeah, well, utilizing, like you said, we have an old analogy is why build a station when you can catch a speed train? And that comes from a very good friend of mine, Brendan Brashard, who actually spoke about it. He said a lot of entrepreneurs will go out and build this e-commerce website. Thrive has already got a fantastic e-commerce website that's built in now. Why go and spend money on AdWords and trying to promote it when you have a captive audience of over 2 billion members on Facebook? Get the right message out to the right audience and take that audience and drive it to your website, rather than saying, well, I built the station, now how do I attract the people? By catching on the speed train of social media and using the power of Facebook that it has to offer, you can direct your audience from Facebook directly to your e-commerce site. All of a sudden you've cut out a lot of, well, hoping and praying, what's going to happen? Is my website going to take off? Is somebody going to pitch up my shop? You'll be able to judge very, very quickly how powerful your website is, or what you need to do in order to get your audience to that website. I mean, the analytics, the stats that Facebook provides you tells you exactly when your audience is online, how long they were on your post, did they share it, is your content relevant to your audience, and all of that data you can sort of mine out of Facebook and use in your next marketing strategy. So you really take your business to the next level.
I think that's where a lot of people fall short, because they don't use that information correctly.
Yeah, because like you said earlier on, a lot of them are still driving it from their personal platform, which doesn't really give you access to that kind of data on your personal platform. I mean, that sort of aggregated data is for business pages. I mean, you can, like I said, you can see who your demographic market is. You can almost narrow your market right down to within the kilometer radius of your business. You say, I want to only speak to 20 people that are, or the people that are within 20 kilometers of my business. You can geo-target it down. I know Google AdWords does the same, but with Facebook, you are able to target it down, and honestly, the price per lead can really come down to almost 3 US cents to 16 US cents per lead if you market correctly on Facebook ads. So that data there is there to support the entrepreneur's growth.
Great. I think it's so important, that people listen to information like this and go and use it correctly, because we're all on Facebook, and we simply are not using it in an effective way. And what Thrive International is now doing is we're going to show our members and our people how to use that exceptional platform of 2 billion people to actually build your business the right way.
Yeah.
And thank you, Justin, for joining us today and sharing all of your information. And we're looking forward to more episodes where we're going to include you.
Oh, well, I mean, with our partnership between Smart and Thrive, I think it's going to be a massive move forward for the company, for ourselves as well as yourselves. And we, as a company, are really excited to see how we can take Thrive to the next level on digital marketing and getting your business out there on the power of Facebook.
Thanks, Justin.
Thank you very much. And yeah, what excites me as well is going forward is just the scale at which everything is about to change. In the reach of Thrive, if you look at the amount of people that's being connected, 2 more billion people are about to be connected onto this global community, which is called the internet. And with Facebook just expanding there, everything around us is going to change. The whole scale at which a small entrepreneur locally can do business is going to be revolutionized.
Yes, definitely. So thanks for joining us on today's episode. Remember, right after this episode, there's going to be another success story in Thrive International. And keep your eyes on that, because your story might be there soon. And we'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody across the globe. Scott Smith here from the United States. And I wanted to do this short video to let you guys know how excited I am about Thrive International and where it's going. Now, I've been a part of this company now for just a little over four months, making a full-time income. I'm not going to give you the numbers, but I can tell you it's full-time income to the point where I have been able to pay for a 15-day trip to North Carolina, paid in Bitcoin, paid trip to New York City for 5 days. Basically, for 3 months, I've been able to pay for vacations, all the earnings that I've made with Thrive, and of course, been able to reinvest more back into my business, which is something extremely powerful. But what's exciting to me is seeing people for the first time in their network marketing career earn a full-time income because of the system and the platform that's in place here with Thrive International. I got people from Australia, Nigeria, Uganda, Ghana, India, all over the world that is part of my organization now, that now are earning a full-time income with Thrive International. To me, that's what fires me up every single day to get up and do what I do, and to help more people win. Are you the next one? That's the question you got to ask yourself. Do you want to live free? I hope to see you guys all at the top. Take care.